Oh, we're
We're
live,
live.
and we're live. We'll do it live. Welcome to the first live edition of Quick Tap Podcast. I'm your host, Charlie Trischler. I actually brought some guests along. We were kind of having a Google Hangout. We're one of the few people who actually use Google Hangouts as a non option. So let's welcome in Seth Krieger. You can find him at Seth Krieger on SnowTap. Seth may or may not be trapped in a concentration camp. We don't actually know that. If not. And then we got Mike Fant, who decided to go Skins team
I'm
for
up.
this.
Hey, hi guys.
Seth might freeze a little bit, and if it does happen, that's totally okay, and it's gonna happen. So I have no idea how this is gonna
Can
turn
we talk
out.
about how Fant already broke a chair?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why don't we start there? So Mike, you're in a new place, and you had a chair for 2 weeks, and
Yeah, one of those
bargain.
collapsible lawn chairs.
Why don't you break down what happened?
So when I bought the chair, it didn't have the weight rating on the outside of the package. So like instead of being a normal guy and opening up the chair to like look at it, because I put on probably 30 pounds since my glory days.
Well,
And-
it happens to the best of us.
So I got home, opened the chair, and I saw the weight rating for 220 pounds. I'm like, well, I'm at 240 right now, so this won't last too long. And then, I don't have any other furniture in my house, recliners or sofas, so I've been sitting in this thing while I'm at home. And then, sure enough, we're doing the Google Hangout. Moved on the armrest.
The fact that you have to worry about a weight limit on chairs is maybe a sign of mixing an apple or two.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good time to reevaluate myself. I don't eat McDonald's 4 times a week like I
And
used
maybe a celery stick once in a while.
to. Yeah, and a fresh glass of water and some carrots, but
Here.
Just drink more water. That's what it's all about.
well, I do drink a lot of water, but I mean, just stores it doesn't help the fact that when you go to like KFC or McDonald's and spend $12 a pop, it kind of negates the fact that you drank 100 ounces of water a day.
I didn't know KFC was still an option. You go to KFC?
It's on the way home from work.
So every now and again, you just need a bucket of chicken to make the day feel right.
No, I usually go with like 3 crispy strips, the meal, and like a double-licious sandwich or something, and maybe some like snack bites or and a KFC
And
snack.
you broke it down with then a couple double downs or what?
No, they just brought those back. I haven't had one in a while, actually.
You've actually had one?
Not in like a year or something, but I usually go with like the double-licious and like some hot wings or like definitely the chicken crispy strips.
Oh, we're the double down things.
Yeah, pretty good. Slow your heart rate a bit.
Have either of you had the quesarito yet from Taco Bell? I've yet to sample it. I'm looking forward to that day.
I've never heard of it.
They made
I haven't.
now it's a burrito with a quesadilla wrap on top of it. Someone told me it wasn't that good. I'm gonna wait till I actually have it for myself to give a full Taco Bell review. So all right, well let's just stop the bullshit and get into the couple questions we have. We got a hefty amount of questions. When I say hefty, I mean we got 3, so no big deal. Oh, well, let's start here first of all before we even start with questions. This is the funny thing about Twitter. So I'm on Twitter. I get like a late notification, and all of a sudden I see that Fruity Jaha, John Jaha's wife, favored a tweet of mine because I said that Brewers Twitter behaved when John Jaha's daughter went out for the Wall of Honor thing that the Brewers did last Thursday. First of all, let me say, John Jaha's daughter alert the smoke patrol. I didn't want to alert the smoke patrol because I didn't know if she was 18 or not. I wanted to
Is
be.
she 18?
I don't know.
Yeah,
So
be careful.
exactly. That's why I said I'm glad they behaved themselves. So hopefully she was. And if she wasn't, well, I don't know.
See, now this goes back to what I always say about like the best part about Gus Macker, how they have the color-coded wrist bracelets. So like the chicks that are playing that are over 18, they have the yellow wristband, so they're free game.
I look forward to making my I look forward to making my return to Gus Macker in a couple weeks. I haven't been to Eau Claire in 2 years, and so I look forward to coming back and enjoying what it has to offer. I haven't been to the Holy Land known as the Pickle in a long time.
Hasn't changed much.
Nah, probably not. All right, so first question I got. Well, let's start with the one that Seth asked me a while ago, because I gave Seth a bunch of shit for not giving me questions. Then he said, "Who would you play yourself? Who would play you in a movie?" And I really struggled. And I'll open the floor. And I came basically to Brett Boyer told me I looked like Josh Gad, who did some things. Now, he was super fat for a while, and I see Seth laughing. He was super fat for a while, and then he lost some weight, and I'm like, I don't have the curls.
When you saw that, I know that cut you to the core when Brett said that.
Honestly, it didn't. Like, I would, a lot of years I'd probably be mad about that, but I don't know, maybe it's the weight loss, maybe it's just not caring about that stuff anymore. It really didn't bother me. There's not many actors that look like me, so it is what it is, and it was a close representation. Who you guys got as your actor? What?
You didn't come up with anyone yourself.
No, I honestly couldn't.
So that's a shitty effort by you then.
It is a bad effort by me, but I mean, come on, like there aren't really many that look like what? Am I just gonna say Jonah Hill? And Jonah Hill doesn't look like me. I mean, who?
The kid from Project X.
The kid from Project X? I never saw Project X.
No. Yeah.
Hey, what about the dude who played Barry in the show The Goldbergs?
Yeah, I could definitely do that. I think that would definitely come close. Does he still follow you on Twitter?
No, he just one time I made some comment about the show and he tweeted at me or whatever.
What about the one character from 21? Miles, I think his name is.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad one. I just
got more curly hair, but
right, exactly. Now, Seth, who did you say would play you in a movie?
Oh, that's John Krasinski from The Office.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Everyone always tells me I look like Jim.
Do you like that or not?
So I'll go with it.
Jimothy.
Good stuff. Fan, who would you go with?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone looks like me, really.
Well, you get a lot of Rob Gronkowski.
Rob Gronkowski, but I don't know about like movie actors. It'd be tough to say.
Two shitty efforts here.
Yeah, bad effort by us. And then Adam Hatlack asked me. It was more a topic. He asked me about what Kevin Durant said on Twitter last night. Did you guys catch that?
No.
He said that basically the reason Kawhi Leonard's good, he's not better than Paul George because he plays in the Spurs system. And then he deleted all those tweets, of course, and went back on it. What do you think? Do you think that that's the reason why Kawhi Leonard is good, or is he actually a pretty solid player?
I think it's part of it. I think he's a good shooter, good defender, and he obviously plays well in the system. But he's not really a kind of a shot creator. He needs to be set up in like the perfect system to score. You're not going to see him go out there and like go get his own 20. It's kind of 20 points, but it's all like within the structure of an offense.
Okay.
George is more of a kind of a creator.
All right, definitely. Seth, what do you think?
I don't really have a comment on that, but it just pisses me off when athletes have to go back on what they say after delete tweets because people just get up in an uproar about things.
That's a great point. I mean,
who gives a shit? He has an opinion. Whatever.
All right, and you should be able to have an opinion, and like, what's wrong with like actually not? I mean, having a take on a guy. So if you guys get into a scrap the next year because you don't, not that you don't like each other, but the fact that everybody's, he thinks less of it because of what went on. Who cares, man? Who gives a shit? And so I don't know. It is though. I mean, at least Durant's not as like soft as Robert Griffin III when he's on Twitter. I mean, that guy could write love poems on Twitter for all we know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's also here, since we're on athletes and Twitter. This isn't a question. I'll just ask this: who's the worst athlete you followed on Twitter, and then you had to give them the unfollow?
Was this from SVP and Russillo?
No, it wasn't. Was this on there though?
I think it might have been. Like they asked like who the worst follow they had on Twitter was.
Oh man, that sucks that I took something from them.
No, I don't. I was just wondering. Worst, man. Give me a couple seconds here. Who about for you?
Mine would probably be Chad Johnson. I don't know how to unfollow people, but he tweets way too damn
Wait,
much.
you don't know how to unfollow people?
No. So that's why I haven't unfollowed him. Just, every day the tweets like asking about like Xbox or FIFA or something. I'm like, God damn, I don't fucking care.
You just for unfollowing, just click on their actual name, and then there's that little that says you're following them, that blue thing. Just
Yeah.
click off of that, and then you're not following them anymore.
All right. Well, I'll do that after the show.
I forget. I think I'm trying to think. There was a Packer. Oh, you know what? I thought your Michael Finley's an awful Twitter follow. He retweets every like solid line that people say about him, and I just don't like the athletes to just keep retweeting themselves about different things. And that Finley's the first one that comes to mind, but there have been a bunch of guys that I've given the X to. I think Josh Sitton, for the most part, is a shitty follow just because he kind of acts like a baby back bitch. Sometimes I'm like, dude, you're a pro athlete. Like, just relax. It's fine. Don't be so sensitive. I know I'm not the one to tell someone not to be sensitive, but it's just stack up.
No shit.
Yeah, the one that comes to mind for me is Nick Barnett. I got rid of him a while ago. He's just so fucking sensitive about everything.
Speaking of athletes, since we're on the topic, I do follow two Bears, Martellus Bennett and Kyle Long, both high-quality Twitter follows.
Both good followers. I don't read everything they post, but some of the stuff I catch is pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Kyle Long especially, I like him.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Yeah, both him and I follow his brother too. His brother's funny as hell too.
See that picture they posted of Howie Long with that nice little mullet?
No, I missed that.
That was a nice little picture, like the two kids and then Howie.
That's great. Needed. Brian Reynolds asked for my top 3 Robin Williams movies. So that'll get me into IMDb for a little second here. Do you guys, I mean, Hook has to be in there, right?
Can I name 3 Robin Williams movies I've seen?
That's pretty. Good Will Hunting has to be way up there.
I've only seen part of that.
What?
Come on.
Hook. I used to watch Hook religiously as a kid.
Good Will Hunting for sure for me.
Has to be up there. Flubber's probably not making that list. What about Jack? Jack making it there?
I think also I'll be unoriginal and say Patch Adams too.
Patch Adams is great. If you don't cry in Patch Adams, I don't think you have a soul.
Never seen it.
Let's throw Jumanji into the list.
Jumanji, that's a creepy movie though.
What's wrong with Jumanji? What's creepy about Jumanji? The guy's head when the guy kind of like is getting sucked.
Everything about the movie freaked me out as a kid.
Well, I mean, if you dealt with real life Jumanji, it would be probably one of the most terrifying things to ever deal with in your life. But that's besides the point.
Are we not even going to throw out Flubber in there as a Disney movie?
Oh, Flubber has some bad childhood memories. As the kids would push me around and say I was Flubber, so I'm gonna pass at that.
That's a lie. That didn't happen.
No, that actually did happen.
Oh boy.
I wish I was making that one up.
How about Dead Poets
Your
Society?
nickname now is Flubber.
No, you're not. No. If I was still fat, I'd allow it, but I'm not fat anymore, so that doesn't count.
That's a great story, though.
Mike, Dead Poets Society is a great movie. That has to be.
Yep, that's a good one.
Just at the end. How about Red Foreman being the dad that had his son kills himself at the end? Spoiler alert.
Way to go, a-hole.
I got my first major movie spoiled for me. Not that I would probably go out and see it, but some girl on Saturday night she spoiled Fault in Our Stars.
That's like the new walking. That's like this generation's A Walk to Remember.
Well, it is, and it's really popular amongst the folks, and I guess 22 Jump Street's supposed to be really good, maybe better than the sequel. Another movie worth. Well, last Robin Williams one that deserves some mention. How about Aladdin? Him playing the genie.
Oh, yeah.
Aladdin.
Sure.
Aladdin's a classic. Right up there with the Lion King. I'm big Lion King guy though. If we're talking Disney animated movies.
Yeah, but he's not in that one.
I know. I'm just mentioning Lion King. Get off me.
Stick to the subject here, Charlie.
Sorry. Um, I don't know if there's any. Was there anything else? Probably. Oh, there were two things. One, Halleck did ask me also to read on preventative measures for hamstring pulls. As we have Snowtap Medical here, Seth Krieger. No way Josie Altidore is playing on Sunday, right?
Probably not a good chance, no.
Yeah, that strained
I mean,
hamstring.
it depends on how bad it really was.
If it's like, say it's a usual strained hamstring, you're dealing with the heat and humidity, you're probably not playing, right?
I don't know, hamstring's not something you really want to fuck with. Being a Packer fan, you probably know that.
Well, right, and that was the funny thing about Twitter. Like, you follow the Wisconsin guys and stuff. There were so many different Packer jokes going on with all the hamstring stuff. It felt like fall again for a little while.
All right.
And then Josh Peralski also asked me. He's a friend of mine. If you guys know Doze, his younger brother, asked me, "Hi, not sure if you remember. We were once friends. I texted you Saturday night and you never responded. Why?" So I'm not going to
big leaguing guys now.
No. I may have had a few too many sodas, and I wasn't really like using my phone. I don't know.
You were too busy on Tinder.
No, I wasn't even on Tinder.
Was your Tinder pics, your bio, your Tinder moments, your everything.
Not those pics.
I haven't done anything with Tinder moments. I'm too afraid.
No, that's why. I know you have.
No, I haven't. I promise. I honestly promise that. But no, my question to you guys was going to be, have I ever blown you guys off on a late night situation where
Absolutely. Not late night, but maybe early afternoon.
Maybe a homecoming
Yeah.
or two.
Maybe something on the lines of, when I get to this party, am I going to care about you guys? No.
Yeah,
Off my head.
that's the one, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
The one that sticks out the most.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did barely see you guys that day. I think I saw you guys for like an hour, and then I just wasn't really the top of my concerns.
Well, we were in the same boat, except mine was for different reasons.
Yeah.
Couldn't recollect anything.
Yeah, you know what happens. I'm not here to babysit this weekend, and Mike was the most tame out of the people that weekend.
You don't see that too often, huh?
No, you don't. Trying to think if I'm out of questions from there. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Anything on your mind? Anything you guys want to ask me or want to ask the group?
I kind of got a weird question here. I was watching the Spurs celebrate last night and like pour all the champagne and stuff all over everyone, and it brought me back to like a childhood. Like whenever I use like the last of the shampoo and it'd be empty, I like fill it up with water and like start dumping on me, pretending I was like actually like celebrating winning the NBA title. I was wondering if like any other kids like did that when they were young. Like I spent like extra 5 minutes, like kept filling it up back and pouring it over my head again.
You're alone on that one, man. I never did that.
That's all you, Mike.
Oh, okay.
I mean, here's the thing. I would definitely like, you know, like if you got a chance to like spray something or something like that, you'd imitate the guys and things like that. I definitely imitated like Deion Sanders' dance bunch when I was a kid. I don't know, that would probably be the closest thing I'd come to doing something of that effect.
Maybe I'm just weird.
It's okay, Seth. Did you ever do anything close to that?
Well, I'm not saying that. No, nothing that comes to mind. Nothing that tops that shampoo story.
That's so awesome. I can't believe I've never heard that before. That's a first.
I can't believe you never told us that your nickname when you were little was Flubber.
It wasn't my nickname. It was just there were a couple mornings.
You had to repress.
There was a couple mornings where the kids would push me around like in a circle. It was like
It was like a little giant, so they pushed the kid in the bubble wrap around.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was just for a couple. It was a couple mornings, and then I think I fucking freaked out or something or another. And
was that the same age that picture I saw, the picture of you where I told you that you looked like a monster?
I was a little older. I was a little older at the time. I used to rock Zubas on a daily basis when I was a elementary school kid.
Never owned a pair of Zubas. Sorry.
That honestly surprises me. I'm actually surprised. I would expect you.
I'm actually kind of surprised too.
What? Why?
I don't know. You just seem like a type of person who'd be a Zuba enthusiast. That's all.
Yeah, when I look at you, like, that guy has Zubas.
You strike me as a Zuba guy.
No. Sorry to burst your bubble, but it's more like a jean short kind of guy.
More of a jean short, shampoo, celebrating kind of guy.
And then also, yeah, if you go back, like Horace Grant played for the Bulls, so I'd always like steal like swimming goggles and then play basketball. That was Horace Grant.
That's acceptable. I mean, I get that. I like I said, I always rocked a red bandana because I think I'd be like Deion Sanders. Even though I was the furthest thing from Deion Sanders for a lot of years of my life.
Well, if you're a flubber, you can move around really fast.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know why I told that story. That's one of those I should have kept secret, and I didn't. Now it's out there on the internet. Seth, do you have anything to talk about?
I don't think so, man.
Are you safe in there? Like it looks like it's getting darker and darker, but man, it says 2 hours.
This alley behind me, it gets fucking sketchy at night.
Yeah, what's like the weirdest thing you've heard in the alley behind you?
I've heard a lot of weird shit. Every night there's people breaking bottles and windows and shit.
Right, because you live right by a bar, correct?
Yeah, if you want to walk to the frats or the bars, you have to walk through this alley.
No, that's lovely. I'm sure you hear a lot of interesting comments too.
Yeah, this last summer, I woke up to a huge fight between a girlfriend and a boyfriend. They were just screaming at each other at like 4 in the morning.
Did you make a comment to out your
I
window?
didn't know what the fuck was going on. Fucking scared the shit out of me because all you hear is just yelling and shit.
Comparable to the time that I got mad at you when we got into a scuffle coming home from the bars.
No, that was louder than that.
Oh well, we were loud. I was loud that night.
This guy had a voice on him, man. He was like Josh Groban.
All of a sudden he's busting out in the song.
I don't know, I was actually generally feared for that girl.
Could have played hero, man. Could have came out there, been like, hey.
Not my problem.
Yeah, that's one of those where you intervene and you end up with a black eye and no girl to go for it.
Exactly.
I mean, generally stepping in the fights is stupid unless you know the person that's actually in the scrap.
I walked into scraps that weren't my own, but
What's that?
I walked into a few scraps that weren't my own and kind of came out on the other side bloody.
Yeah, I mean, I broke up a fight at Flannery's like maybe 2 months ago. I pulled a guy off and like had him in a full Nelson and did more than the bouncers did. It happens. Sometimes you got to do it. Well,
I jumped on top of someone one time.
Yeah, I've seen that too at the fine establishment known as the Pickle. I've seen like a whole circle. I've seen bouncers flying from like the top rope like it's fucking WWE at the Pickle.
Yeah, needs to get done.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You guys got anything else? You guys got anything else before we sign off, or should we call it?
Bang it.
All right. Well, hey, this has been fun. A little different version of Quick Tap. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't know if we'll do it often or what. And hopefully this actually can be posted to the website, because if not, I don't know. We're screwed. But all right, take care. Be easy. See you guys later.
Bye.
Later.